Welcome to RE Uncut. Our daily shows are powered by Core Logic and supported by Printforce, Rockend and Realty.com.au.
In the final session with Mark Frater this morning, he takes us through the emotional, sometimes roller coaster ride that buyers experience when they want to buy a property. Most times they're not even aware that there are different stages, but you as the agent, you need to know and be alert to them. Build the emotion and you'll build the price. Back with Mark Frater in just a moment.
With the evolution of social media, marketing of property is no longer linear. Consumers are influenced differently. The Property Show is unique in that it empowers agents to connect with buyers and sellers through personalised content, social media and artificial intelligence. The Property Show delivers personalised, laser-focused marketing by combining new media, social media and audience targeting, and gives the agent a digital voice. See how well the Property Show works, and then let's get started telling the world about your property. See it now exclusively at Realty.com.au.
I want to use this line at the start of today's session because it is the last one for this week with Mark Frater. And Mark gave me the fours and fives of, Fours and fives of buyer management. And we're giving them to you this week so that you're not at fives and sixes when you're working with buyers and stuff. Couldn't resist that one. Hey, Mark, good morning and welcome once again.
Thanks, mate. Good to be back.
Final segment, but this one is the 4 levels of emotion. And, we've got to realise just how emotional this buying process of a property is. And we can really tap into that, Mark, can't we?
We can. I mean, if you think about it logically, why do we often get buyers to pay more and quite a lot more at an auction? Is because the level of emotion and competition has been built publicly and, not just perceptively, they can see it in reality with somebody else trying to take the property with them. It's sometimes harder to do that in a private sale because you don't have people surrounding you, and getting across to the buyer that there may be other interest sometimes falls on deaf ears. But I also look, and we talked yesterday, the 5 stages of conversion. And now we also have to understand that if we're going to build the opportunity of getting a great price and great terms, we've got to build the different levels of emotion as well through that negotiating process.
So, Mark, what's the first one?
So, mate, the first level of emotion is greed. Look, it is in the buyer's psyche that they want to purchase a property for the cheapest price they can. The difficulty we have is that we've got to try and create, obviously, the emotional price and want to get them to pay the highest price we can possibly get for our sellers. But again, if we don't understand that we have to start somewhere and to build through the different levels, we often lose the buyer right at the very beginning. Give an example. The property's worth $800,000. You would like to buy it at $750,000, and that's where you'd like to start negotiations. If I just turn around and say, look, Kevin, it's under what the property's worth and what the vendor is expecting, mate, you're going to have to really, jump ahead a lot more than that. I'm not even going to get you started. I've already told you you're going to pay more than what you want to, so you're out into the sunset. So greed, great starting point. Let's get the process going. Let's get the contract drawn up, and let me start talking with the vendor is the first start. The second point, we've got to go from greed to want. So if you don't physically want the property, it's going to be very difficult to start talking you to up in price. So how do we build the want? We start matching specific property features to what you want or what you like. If there's not a want or a like, you'll stay at the greed factor. Look, Mark, I don't really want it or like it. If I can't steal it, I'm not interested. Well, that's okay. And all I might need you there for is a bit of a servicing. But if I can start getting you to actually like and want various things, the price will start to go up with it. We then take a big jump from want to the third stage, which is need. And this is where we're starting to really create specific or match specific lifestyles and features about the property to your lifestyle. And of course, the feeling it's giving you as the buyer. If there's no feeling, if there's no talk between the property and you as the buyer, then it's going to be difficult to get into that really emotional part of the pricing and the negotiating. But if I can then take specific features and match them to the lifestyle that, again, we've talked about in the first 2 or 3 days of this series, by asking and creating what those lifestyle features are in your buying need, we're going to have you then creeping up in price and desire. And of course, the last one is the fear of loss. And of course, at an auction, that's where we're able to bring the fear of loss in for post-auction or underbidders that are sitting there waiting to go. And this is where we really need to look at the emotional connection of how long you've been looking for. Do you really want to miss out? And the one I used to really like is, do you really want to settle for second best? Do you want to miss out on this one because you won't give me the extra 10 or 20 that we need to secure it? And so you leave here, you go and buy something else, but in the back of your head, you're still thinking about this property as the one that ultimately that you really want to have. So we go from greed to want to need to fear of loss. And they're the 4 levels of emotion that if we can build that up, we're going to get the better price. We're going to get a much higher rate of conversion from working our buyers. And of course, then we're going to you're going to keep our sellers happy and increase our conversion rates.
So you can see, there we are at the end of the week, you can see why we admire Mark's skill in this area so much. And it's been a privilege to have you as a guest, as it always is, Mark, on this show. So thank you very much for your time. Mark Frater, there's a link on every one of this week's shows to go to Mark, talk to him about what he can bring to you and your business to help you upscale and become a much better real estate agent, whether you're working with buyers or sellers. Good on you, Mark. Talk to you again soon, my friend.
Thanks, Kevin. Been an absolute pleasure, mate, and look forward to touching base again very, very shortly. Thank you.
The Daily RE Uncut show is powered by CoreLogic and supported by Printforce, Rockend and Realty.com.au. Realty.com.au is where you will see all our shows: Real Estate Talk, The Property Show, Auction Update, and of course RE Uncut. We are the home of property.